Okay.
Will be in
So,
mic list? Am I in mic list? Yes, I am in mic list. Okay, there
uh,
we go.
yeah.
Share link.
Let me just see if we're live yet. Yep, we are live. Okay.
That's good.
Hello and welcome to This Date in History, um, aka TDH. Wow, without a script, I'm useless. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, and the website onthisday.com. For links to the sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the box below. I am joined by the great Afro.
Look.
Yes. Oh my god.
Well, we had something special.
Oh my god. That was great. Man, Alice is going to love that. Anyway, on with the show. For those of you who don't understand, watch Key and Peele Continental Breakfast Guy and you'll understand. But anyway, today is Tuesday, aka Tuesday, also known as Tuesday, January 18th, 2022. Mr. Banana Eater, do you want to...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That sounded really wrong.
I'm gonna start it first. In it's not 13, in 336, St. Marcus elected Catholic Pope.
Cool.
Yeah.
Moving on up to... Yeah. Moving on up to 350, Roman Emperor Constans was deposed by General Magnentius, who proclaimed himself the new emperor. Ah.
Now, he's taking over.
Yep.
Okay.
Your turn.
In 474, 7-year-old Leo II succeeded his maternal grandfather Leo II as Byzantine emperor. He dies 10 months later. Oh my god, that sucks.
Now, I'm wondering if that was Leo the First or Leo the Second.
Leo II was the 7-year-old.
Yeah, but
And
I'm wondering who died 10 months later. Was it the guy or the son?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Leo the First death. No, Byzantine. Leo was assassinated during a Christmas service in the Church of Hagia Sophia by friends of Michael Emerson. No, that's not the right one. 10 months later, 474. Leo the First, there we go. So the 18th of January, he was a native, he died, okay. So Leo the First died today?
Oh my god.
Huh. So he died. Okay, so then Leo the Second died. Huh, well that sucks.
Really? Man, it's messed up.
So they both died. Damn. Moving on.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
You have to kill him.
Moving on up to 532, the Nika riots in Constantinople failed. Didn't you see that something about 30,000 people dying or something?
Yep. 30,000 people died by their troops.
Dang. Yeah, in the Hippodrome in Constantinople.
Yep, during the riots.
Dang. Mr. Lunk?
Yep, in 1126, Emperor Yuzong abdicated the Chinese throne in favor of his son, Emperor Yuzong.
Cool. So, yeah, some people stepping down, like it's not outlandish to think, but it's happened quite often, how rulers have stepped down.
King Tut's father stepped down and gave him the throne.
Wasn't King Tut's father the one who tried to convert Egyptian theology to monotheism versus polytheism, and they tried to erase his existence? Or was that somebody else?
So.
Yeah, because Because I was watching something on like King Tut's tomb and like the mysteries of it and all that stuff, and they're like, people didn't know about it because the history of King Tut was like pretty much erased along with his father, who I believe is like that guy. You know what? We have the technology, like who ancient.
Yeah, I seen the technology on how you look at. He looked like some type. Yeah, I seen how King Tut looked. He looked like some type of a mutant.
Yeah, well, didn't he also have like a club foot and a hunchback or something?
Yes, he did. Yeah, a lot of ailments.
Yeah. Well,
That's
anyway.
something you take out back in,
Yeah. But yeah, no, actually, when Howard Carter, I think that's the guy who discovered it. Howard Carter, right?
Yep, Howard Carter discovered King Tut.
Like he wasn't even looking for King Tut's tomb. He just kind of like found something there, and later because I think, King Tut wasn't even known about until after his tomb was discovered. They're like, oh, his name was Tutankhamus, yada yada. Oh, his dad was this guy.
Tutankhamun.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Tutankhamun. His name was Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun. What did I say? Tutankhamus?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on up to 1126, Emperor Huizing. Oh yeah, you already read that. Moving on up to 1486, King Henry the Seventh of England married Elizabeth of York, daughter of Edward IV, uniting the House of Lancaster and the House of York.
So he does something stupid like invent divorce.
I think so. Actually, no, I think that was the 8th. This is the 7th.
Oh, never mind. It's the 7th. The 8th is the retard.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Lunk.
Yeah, in 1520, Christian II of Denmark and Norway defeats Swedes at Lake Asano.
Nice.
Damn, that sounds like a sporting event, not a damn battle.
Yeah, Lake of Sunday. Oh yeah, no, it does sound like a sporting, a sports article.
The Swedes.
Defeats the Swedes at Lake of Sunday. This Sunday, Denmark and Norway clash clans. The sporting event brought to you by popsicles. Moving on up to 1562, Pope Pius IV reopened the Council of Trent for its third and final session. Now, what was the Council of Trent?
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
It was the 19th Ecumenical Council of the Catholic Church. Prompted by the Protestant Reformation, it is described as the embodiment of the Counter-Reformation.
Yeah, interesting.
Your turn?
Yeah. In 1670, Henry Morgan captured Panama.
Nice. Henry Morgan. Why does that name sound so familiar, Henry Morgan?
I don't know.
It
does ring a bell.
For some reason, I'm Captain Morgan, like the alcohol.
Oh.
My brain was mixing Captain Morgan with Arthur Morgan.
Damn, you're an alcoholic. You want shots? Well, actually, what's going on today? You don't want to drink.
Well,
I think what we found out.
Oh, what did we find out?
Today, I don't want to say it, but, it's Ukraine.
Oh, yeah. You're going to want to drink. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. That's actually in the show.
I know.
31 years later, in 1701, Frederick I crowned himself King of Prussia in Königsberg. Cool.
Yeah, what is Königsberg?
Königsberg. I think that's in Russia. Yeah, because I played World of Warships for a while, and the Königsberg is a ship, I think, for Russia. It's Germany, not Prussia. Germany.
Okay, yeah, Prussians. Older Prussians.
Those Prussians.
Okay. In 1778, James Cook was the first known European to discover the Hawaiian Islands, which he names the Sandwich Islands.
Now, I wonder why he named them the Sandwich Islands.
They probably made him a sandwich.
Why did he name the Sandwich Islands?
I have no idea. I don't know. It's
Oh,
just, I mean,
Captain Cook's patron, Sandwich. Um, so he named him after his patron.
but that's the weird thing.
Huh.
My source says the Captain James Cook stumbles over Sandwich Islands, aka Hawaii Islands.
Well, he discovered them. He stumbled over them. Same thing.
I
Like,
know. It's just the way it's worded different.
yeah, yeah. No, like that's why like different sources are good because different wordings you
Yeah,
can like start seeing. You know.
different points of view, like the one with that I had involving that B-2 bomber yesterday.
Oh yeah. Well, that was not
Yeah,
even wording. They straight up left out the most important detail.
yeah, the nukes.
Yeah. Moving on up to 1779, John Dickinson was appointed a delegate for Delaware to the Continental Congress. Oh,
Mhm.
so then.
Okay, yeah, yep. In 1880, I mean, yeah, no, 1788, the first element of the First Fleet carrying 736 convicts from the Great Britain to Australia arrived at Botany Bay to set up a penal colony.
Now,
White, yeah, that
yeah,
is white slavery in
yeah, like that's
Australia.
what I want to say. Like like we talk, about slavery a lot, like in today's world and everything. But I mean, why do we always like only talk about it in one certain aspect? I mean, like everybody's been
Yeah,
slaves, and like all the
and
like what is like the modern day prison system? Today, at least the one in the states with all the privately owned for-profit prisons. What is that if not
yeah.
slavery with extra steps? And what was Australia?
Also,
You know?
also, they always talk about one thing about the North Atlantic slave trade, but they never talk about the Barbary slave trade.
The Barbary slave trade?
The Barbary one, the Muslim one, which was way more fucking
Oh.
brutal.
What was the last thing you said?
The Barbary
Yeah.
slave trade, which was way more brutal.
Oh. Yeah, the Barbary slave trade refers to slave markets on the Barbary coast of North Africa, which included the Ottoman states of Algeria, Tunisia, and Tripolitania, and the independent Sultanate of Morocco between the 16th and 19th century. Man. And
It
look at
was
the.
way brutal than North Atlantic slave trade.
We have Atlantic slave trade, Indian Ocean slave trade, African slave trade, capture of the Velos Pasagera. Like, dang.
Yeah, I
You know,
talk about the one that Europe did.
yeah.
They never.
Yeah, you know what? I want to talk about that during Jabberwocky. I need to add this to notes.
Yeah,
All right. Moving on up to 1806, Jan William Janssens surrendered the Dutch Cape Colony to the British.
it's
Interesting.
Willem,
Yep.
Jan Willem,
Jans Willem?
Jan Willem Jansen. No, Willem
Oh,
like Willem Dafoe.
oh, Willem. Jan William Janssen. Janssens.
Yeah,
Ah, Mr. Sohan?
yeah. 1940, the electromagnetic and intelligence first U.S. electrical journal appears. Wow, that's interesting, man. The
Nice.
first electrical journal.
During World War, well, before our entry into that war, in 19, oh wait, no,
Yeah, no,
well, way before,
before
1840. Wow, I misread that.
before the Civil War.
Very before the
Yeah,
war.
the Civil War.
That was before the Civil War. Wow.
Yeah, man, it's just interesting. Now, we're
26 years later, in 1866, Wesley College was established in Melbourne, Australia.
nice. Good old Wesley College.
You want to take 71 here?
Yes, I will. In 1871, Wilhelm the First of Germany was proclaimed Kaiser. Wilhelm in the Hall of Mirrors of the Palace of Versailles. France towards the end of the Franco-Prussian period, Wilhelm already had the title of German Emperor since the Constitution of January 1st, 1871, but he had to hesitate to accept the title.
By the way, that's Versailles. Like the Treaty of Versailles.
I think so.
Yeah, no, Versailles is Versailles.
Oh, Versailles? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no worries.
Versailles. Oh, no problem with it.
Moving on up to 1884, Dr. William Price attempted to cremate the body of his infant son, Iesu Grist, Welsh for Jesus Christ, Price, setting a legal precedent for cremation in the United Kingdom. So they had to make laws involving that.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. You know, you don't want people cremating others willy-nilly. You know, you need to have bureaucracy and whatnot, you know, like legislator, you know, proof of practicing and stuff. Because you might start burning people alive, you know? Anyway. You there?
Okay, yep, I got it. In 1886, modern field hockey was born with the formation of the Hockey Association in England.
Nice. Now, field hockey, that's like just
field
in the field, like just running around.
Yeah, no, field hockey is different. Yeah. It's like hockey on land, but it's no skates. And they're tossing it, they're not going under.
Ah.
And today it's mostly a girl sport now.
Yeah. There's also street hockey, which is played on rollerblades.
Yep. Yo, you know how you had this issue back in early 2000s? Well, during the period of empowering women, you had this one girl who wanted to play football with boys.
Oh, yeah.
They let her. But then the boy wanted to play field hockey, and it was a big whole uproar.
Yeah. No, like, you know, like, when, like, it's very lopsided, you know, if one gender wants to do something with the other, that's fine, but if the other gender wants to, you know, do the same thing back, oh, hell no, you know, like.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on up to 1896, an X-ray generating machine was exhibited for the first time by H.L. Smith in New York City. New York City!
Damn it. Okay, I'm ready. In 1990.
1900.
Jam blocks. Oh, 1900s. Jam blocks. Teal Jurgenfield. Premiered in Brussels.
Nice.
Jurgenfield. Yes, I did it! Fuck!
Nice. 3 years later, in 1903, the first transatlantic radio transmission to originate in the United States was sent by a transmitter in Massachusetts. Hey, Massachusetts again.
Spirit of America.
Spirit of the red, white, and blue. Oh.
That's all you.
Oh, looks like I called this. Moving on up to 1911, Eugene B. Elley landed on the deck of the USS Pennsylvania, which was anchored in San Francisco Bay, and it was the first time an aircraft landed on a ship. Look at that. Now, you get the next two.
Oh man, we're in World War I now.
Yep.
I think the first Falcon War, and 1913, the first Falcon War, Greek field. Defeated the Ottoman Navy in the naval battle of the Lemnos, securing the islands of the North Aegean Sea for Greece. Greece. With the food.
You also get the first 1915 here, because I had two, so you get two.
Also, 2 years later, in 1915, a train crashes in Comala, Guadalajara.
Guadalajara, yep.
Guadalajara, Mexico. About 600 died.
Dang, that's a lot of people for a train.
Yes, it is.
Taken out of town or exploded or something. Also in 1915, Japan issued the 21 demands to the Republic of China in a bid to increase its power in East Asia. I wonder whose power, though. Maybe Japan's? That makes sense.
Yep.
Hop, skip, and a jump away up to 1919, just 4 years later. During the First World War, the Paris Peace Conference opened in Versailles, France. So it's the end of the conflict.
Yeah. Also in 1919, Bentley Motors Limited is founded by Walter Owen Bentley in London, England.
Nice.
Wow.
The
The
Bentley.
vehicle, the Bentleys, man.
Yep. It's only 102 years old now.
God, I didn't know it was that old.
That's not that old when it
For
comes
for
to.
a car company, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's up there. I mean, Ford's been around for like 10 years longer than that, and then that other
Yep.
car company was made like what in the late 1800s, like you know
Yeah, I think Shelby. I think.
yeah,
Uh,
the Shelby
uh,
Automobile Company. But anyway,
okay.
your turn.
No, I did the Bentley one. It's your turn.
No, I got two. You get two.
All right. Oh, good. I get to get this one. Ingrassi. I mean, Ingrassi. Also 1990. Ingrassi Jan Paderewski became Prime Minister of the newly independent Poland.
Nice. Go Poland.
Yeah, yeah, so Poland.
Moving on up to 1913, Dmitry Shostakovich's satirical opera The Nose premiered in Leningrad. The Nose.
Oh knows.
The Nose Nose. You smell something fishy?
Yes.
Mr. Lunk?
Okay. Also in 1930, Dmitry Shostakovich, Secretary offered the nose near in Leningrad. I knew these fucking things would come back and bite me.
You're supposed to report the next one.
Oh, good, thank God. Also, well, uh, 11 years later in 1941, World War II, British troops launched a general counter-offensive against Italian East Africa. Take
Yeah.
that, Mussolini.
Yep. 2 years later, in 1943, the first uprising of Jews in the Warsaw Ghetto occurred. Yep. Even a cornered
They
mouse
weren't taking
fights. So,
the corner mouse fight. When the mouse is cornered, it fights.
like a lion.
Exactly.
Next one is yours, and oh, perfect, because I call the one after that.
Good. In 1943, Soviets announced that they have broken a long siege in Leningrad by Nazi Germany by opening a narrow corridor through the siege would not be fully lifted until a year later. There was also a picture I seen on my source when it showed two girls assembling Soviet submachine guns.
Oh yeah, yeah. You wanted me to see it to show that. You
Yeah,
had that
that's
in my
some
list.
crazy,
Yeah,
that's some crazy shit.
yeah,
These these people start assembling an assault rifle. No, not assault rifle, a submachine gun.
yeah. With a drum magazine.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on up to as well in 1943, U.S. rations of bread and metal, banning pre-sliced bread to reduce bakery demand for metal parts. So, sliced bread, because I think sliced bread was invented in 1923 or 24. Because Betty White
Yeah.
is literally older than the invention of
Older than sliced bread.
yeah, literally, pre-sliced,
Literally older than.
yeah. But that's interesting. They banned that, to save on metal and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, Mr. Lunk.
Yes. 2 years later, in 1945, Soviet armed forces entered Krakow, Poland, to push Germans out, only to eventually occupy the country. I mean, the entire country.
Hmm.
Well,
The Soviets would occupy Poland.
pretty much it's under new management.
Yep. Moving on up 2 years to 1947, Detroit Tigers sell Hank Greenberg to the Pirates for $25,000 to $35,000. Which
Yeah, man.
let's see, 25,000 in 1947. Let's see here, 25,000 1947 would be $312,558.30 today, and that's a low ball.
Yeah, he is
35,000
cheaper than
would be
he's cheaper
437.
than Babe Ruth.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Lunk?
Yes. In 1956, German Democratic Republic East Germany forms own army, National People's Army.
That's a little odd. I didn't even know that they were allowed to make an army. That was only 11 years after the war.
Yep.
365 days after that, in 1957, three B-52s set world record for, or set the record for around the world flight in 45 hours and 19 minutes.
Now, 3
Record,
more hours should have been 2 days.
24:48. Yeah, just under. So let's
Under.
see. What's the record right now? No, wait a minute. Record for around the world flight. Why is this even longer? Oh, okay, that's speed. Here we go. Circumnavigation world record. Well, I'll post this in the underbar for anyone who's interested, and I'll take a look at this myself after the show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to take 1958?
Yep, I'll do that one. 1 year later, in 1958, Willie O'Reilly, the first black Canadian National Hockey League player, made NHL debut with the Boston Bruins in a 3-0 victory in Montreal.
Now I'm wondering,
Ooh.
was he the first Canadian or United States? Because from my source, it had the NHL logo, but it was black. So is there like, was there like a difference, like, blacks only, 1958 NHL back then?
Yeah, you used to have those type of leagues. No, also for baseball, they had that too.
Yeah, here it is, Canadian National Hockey League. You see what I'm saying? It's black.
Yep.
So it's still in existence today. Anyway, moving on up to 1960, Capital Airlines Flight 20 crashed into a farm in Charles City County, Virginia, causing the deaths of all 50 aboard. The third fatal Capital Airlines crash in as many years. That's not a good track record.
Oh, no, it's not. You can get the other one, I'll get the one below it.
Alright. Also in 1960, United States and Japan signed a joint defense treaty. Cool.
Yeah, okay, good. That's after we nuked the ass,
Yeah.
Much.
You wanted to get this one, right?
Yeah. Also in 1960, Capital Airlines Flight 20 crashes in Virginia, killing all 50 people on board.
Oh, wait, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Damn, man.
Whoops. Well, you get this next one here.
Okay. Yeah, because it's Louisiana history. Well, a year later, in 1962, Southern University, Baton Rouge, closed due to demonstrations.
Dang.
Gotta be racial demonstrations, because that's when my source said racial demonstrations.
Probably, it's the South, it's the 60s, it's adding up.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Yep.
In 1961, 1 year before that, Zanzibar's Afro-Shirazi Party won one seat by a single vote in Parliament by a single seat. Close call.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, do you want to get to the second 1962?
Oh yeah, I got it. Also, in 1962, United States performs a nuclear test at the Nevada test site.
Wow.
And I'll do that one also.
Yeah. Also in 1962.
No.
Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you go ahead.
The United States began spraying foliage in Vietnam to reveal Viet Cong guerrillas. That's
I'm
interesting.
guessing Agent Orange.
Probably.
I'm guessing.
Either that or like spraying paint or something, and then that way you can see them moving around. I don't know.
That's also. I don't know. It's just. I really smells like Agent Orange.
Probably. Most likely. Mr. Sohan,
Yes. In
1966.
19. Damn, I'm gonna do both of them.
Do it.
I called the boss. Yeah. In 1966, Robert C. Reeder confirmed as first black U.S. presidential cabinet member for the Housing and Urban Development, aka HUD.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, a year later, 1967, Albert DeSalvo, also known as the Boston Strangler, was convicted of numerous crimes, was sentenced to life imprisonment.
Good.
Yeah.
Moving on up to 1968, the USSR performed nuclear tests at East Kazakh slash Semipalatinsk in USSR. Huh.
Yeah. Ooh, here comes my time.
Well,
In 1971, Ivan Karpov beats Bruno Sammartino in the New York to become the WWF champion.
nice.
Yeah. Fun facts: Bruno Sammartino was the one that held the belt the longest. I
Ooh,
think over 1,000 days. I think, if I remember.
wow, that's really impressive. That's
Yeah.
that's over 3 years.
Mhm.
Dang. Moving on up to 1972, members of the Mukti Bahani laid down their arms to the government of the newly independent Bangladesh a month after winning the war against the occupying Pakistan army.
Good for them.
Nice.
Indeed.
Your turn.
Oh, snap. Yeah. And 2 years later, 1974, a disagreement of forces agreement. Oh, yeah, disagreement of forces
Disengagement.
agreement. Disengagement of forces agreement was signed between Israeli and Egyptian governments, ending the conflict on the Egyptian front of the Yom Kippur War.
Now that's interesting. Why do they have to specify the Egyptian front? Like, does that mean one of them kept fighting? Like, was allowed to keep fighting? That's a little odd.
Yeah.
2 years later, in 1976, Lebanese Christian militias murdered at least 1,000 in Karantina, Beirut. It's not nice.
Damn, they.
You get the first in 77?
Yes. Also, a year later, in 1977, scientists identified a previously unknown bacterium as the cause for the mysterious Legionnaire's disease.
Now, what is the Legionnaire's disease?
That's what I want to know. What, you get sick and all of a sudden you have some sudden devotion to Caesar?
I don't know, but it's a type of pneumonia caused by
Oh.
Legionella bacteria.
Oh, well, then
So,
I shouldn't be making fun of it then.
ah, yeah. Uh, Legionnaire's disease doesn't spread from person to person. Instead, the bacteria spreads through mist, such as from air conditioning units for large buildings. Adults over the age of 50 and people with weak immune systems, chronic lung disease, or heavy tobacco use are more at risk. Many people are exposed to the bacteria and don't develop symptoms. Those who do develop symptoms may experience cough, fever, chills, shortness of breath, muscle aches, headaches, and diarrhea. Legionnaire's disease can be
Oh.
treated with antibiotics. So, like, yeah, you might not even
Uh,
be symptomatic. That's not good.
so, yeah, so it's easier. So, that's why they started putting filters, I think.
Yeah. Also in 1977, Australia's worst railway disaster occurred at Granville, Sydney, causing 83 deaths. Dang. Like,
Damn. A rail disaster, another train, or, another
yeah.
rail disaster. Damn. Also, in 1977, Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, Prime Minister Shemel Bejic, his wife, and six other perished in a plane crash in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
That sounds like it's on the border. Which
Yep.
means maybe it
Sounds
was
like
like an assassination, like as soon as they entered another country's airspace, they took them down to avoid an investigation or something. Who knows? I mean,
maybe that's something. It is a opportunity. Yes.
I mean, Like, there's a
Okay.
lot of political trickery everywhere. The only difference between, places like, Russia, China, the United States, all this stuff is that we hide it better. So,
They
but,
don't. Yeah, the only difference between is they don't care.
yeah. Moving on up to 1978, the European Court of Human Rights found the United Kingdom's government guilty of mistreating prisoners in Northern Ireland, but not guilty of torture. So,
I had this one for Alice too,
yep.
and in 2 years later, in 1980, Pink Floyd's album "The Wall" hits #1.
We don't need no
And
education. Wrong. That's a double negative. You do.
no, it's a different type of education. They're talking about brainwashing, indoctrination,
I don't
in
know
that song.
why I was giving this to Alice. I want to take this one though. 1981.
Hey,
1981, Phil Smith and Phil Mayfield parachuted off a Houston skyscraper, becoming the first two people to base jump, which is building air, span, and earth, span being bridges, earth being cliffs and such, to jump from objects of all four categories. So that's pretty cool.
God damn, two Phils doing the same thing.
Yeah, Phil and Phil. But which Phil's the first?
Um,
Phil
yeah,
Swift.
see, we had something, yeah, Phil Swift for Flex Seal. But no, man, see, this was for Muffin, but Muffin didn't show up yet, man. 2 years later, in 1983, Dick Motta becomes the fifth NBA coach to record 600 wins as the Dallas Mavericks defeats the Golden State Warriors 112 to 102 in Oakland, California.
Nice.
This could have been Muffin's Dick Motta. Come on,
Dick
the
Mott.
name.
That's like a stigmata, but with a penis. Stigma. Also in 1983, the International Olympic Committee restored Jim Thorpe's Olympic medals to his family. Wonder
Ooh,
why they took them away.
yeah,
What did Jim
he
Thorpe do?
probably did. They probably thought he did something illegal or doping. I don't know.
What did Jim Thorpe do? Uh, well, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay.
But anyway, because I don't care. Moving on up to 1987, Mr. Lunk.
Yeah, in 1987, the third soap opera digest, digest, Muffin would say it, digest.
Digus.
The third soap opera digest awards. Days of Our Lives win.
And speaking of muffins, this would have been a great one for him too, doesn't he? Like loves the Days of Our Lives,
I think so.
the
No, I
show.
think
That's like because like you found out he likes sitcoms or something, right? I'm not aware of this.
he likes sitcoms, but this is soap opera.
Oh, ah. Moving on up to 1988, airliner crashes in Southwest China, killing all 108 on board. Oh no.
Well, better them die than live in China.
Yeah, I'd agree. You want to take the next year?
Yes, I will. And 1 year later, in 1989, astronomers, astronomers discovered pulsar in this supernova 1987 ALCM.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
Type 2 supernova in the large Magellanic Cloud, a dwarf satellite galaxy of the Milky Way. Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
it's an outer galaxy. Huh. Also in 1989, IBM announced earnings up 10.4% in 1988. Yeah, that's because you don't pay your employees for shit, guys. No wonder you get
Yeah.
extra money. You know?
Man, no wonder why their name is. Look, it's in their name.
Yeah,
IBM.
yeah. Eye bowel movement.
Yep, exactly.
Sohen.
Gee, Yep. Also, a year later, in 1990, Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry was arrested for drug possession, and the FBI's thing.
Dang. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I
he got caught
remember.
with crime workers. Thing.
I remember some kind of song Like, what was the lyrics? Like, if you're caught smoking crack, McDonald's won't even want to take you back, but you can always run for mayor of DC. I don't remember what song
Yeah,
that
that was
was.
it. Uh, yeah, but Marion Barry. Oh God.
But anyway, moving on up to 1991, Iraq launches Scud missiles against Israel again. Like they did that yesterday.
Man, what the
In
fuck?
'91 during the.
Iraq don't care. This is starting fights. This is more violence.
You'd think that having a fight with us would be way more than they can handle. Why are they trying to piss other people? They want to ensure they're dead. You know, like
Well, pretty much Saddam wanted to make his own Babylon.
dang. I'm gonna take this last 91 because this next one is yours.
Well,
Also, in 91, the United States acknowledges CIA and U.S. Army paid Manuel Noriega $320,000 over his career. Who was he? Oops.
yeah, that's a good question.
Manuel
Oh, no,
Noriega.
yeah.
He
Oh,
was
yeah, he
a
was a first
oh
person.
he was a Panamanian dictator, politician, and military officer who was the de facto ruler of Panama from 83 to 89. Okay, so yeah, the CIA and U.S. Army paid him probably because he was a dictator of Panama, the Panama Canal, so they're just buying him off. So that makes sense.
Yep.
So he will he.
Yeah, so he will be. In 1993, Martin Luther King Jr. Day was officially observed for the first time in all of history.
Nice. I
Yeah.
was 6 years old. Actually, no, I was 5 going on 6. I think. I don't know.
I was still little.
Yeah. Moving on up to the next millennium in 2002, the Sierra Leone Civil War was declared over. Good.
But yeah, that war was hell for them.
The war always is hell, man.
Man, they was going into villages and chopping off people's arms so they can't vote.
Okay, that's horrible.
Yeah.
But I guess that's one way to disarm your enemy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very sad. Bad
Pretty
joke.
much the Revolution United Front doing that, aka the RUF.
Oh, man. Mr. Lunk.
Yes. A year later, in 2003, the bushfire killed 4 people and destroyed over 500 homes in Canberra, Australia.
Dang. Yeah, them bushfires, man.
Um,
Like, if if the air is dry enough, if the fuel is dry enough, if the wind's high enough, a cigarette butt can burn half the state in like a week. Yeah, it's nuts.
that stuff happens because they don't do their fucking maintenance properly.
Yeah. Moving on up 2 years, the Airbus A380, the world's largest commercial jet, was unveiled at a ceremony in Toulouse, France. Huh.
Yeah.
The Jiquois.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, look at you. Now there's 3 people saying turquoise.
I've been saying Jiquois. Just not as often.
Well,
Because it's not my word.
yeah. Well, 2 years later, in 2007, the strongest storm in the United Kingdom in 17 years. 14 people died in Germany, experienced the worst storm since 1990, with 13 deaths. Cyclone Hero was at least 44 deaths in 20 countries in Western Europe.
Dang,
Now,
man.
see, your source made it as a cyclone. Mine's announced it as a hurricane,
Yeah, well, like,
which
I
is
wonder. Because cyclones and hurricanes are the same thing. I think it's just categorized differently by where they are on the Earth. Also, tropical
yeah.
storms. So,
A tropical storm is called a typhoon.
uh, okay, so cyclone, typhoon, tropical storm, hurricane, like, whatever, like, doesn't matter what it's called, run away from it. Like, hunker down, be
Exactly.
safe. The next year, in 2008, the Ephronos crater was unveiled in Rome after being returned to Italy by the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Wonder what that is. Is it like a crater, or is it like, oh, that? Okay. Oh, dude, that looks so much like the bull that Kratos breaks in God of War 4, or the new one.
Probably. um, Also, uh, 2008, the United Nations announced George Clooney as a U.S. Secretary of Peace.
That's so weird. George
That's
Clooney.
disgusting.
Yeah.
A douche. Oh yeah, it is that base.
Oh, you get this one.
Okay. Oops, come on. Oh yeah. Oh well. Uh, yeah. In 2013, former New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin is indicted on corruption charges stemming from post-Hurricane Katrina business and contracting bribes.
Ooh.
There was a lot of shit that happened after Katrina,
Yeah.
thanks to the bullshit.
Thanks to Bush. Didn't he like run away and go on vacation the first week or something?
Yes, he did, bastard.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Why all the dikes broke and all that stuff.
Nah, man. Some people think that they were blown up.
Yeah. Well, there's also
So,
a theory. There's also a theory that Katrina itself was a form of weather war perpetuated by China. So, anyway, 5 years later in 2017, 4 years later in 2017, NASA and NOAA announced that 2016 was the hottest year on record, surpassing the previous record set in 2015, which itself topped a record set in 2014. We just keep going up. Keep going up. Hello. Global warming, climate change, it's real. It's not a political propaganda tool, although it's being used as one, but it's real. So, and it's not, we're we're probably aiding to it, but not, not as bad as we. I don't know. I'm no scientist, but just recycle, like do basic shit and do your part, and that's all you can do. Stop worrying about it.
Do it right, not for the fucking clout like most of those fuckers are doing.
Plus, keep in mind, no matter what we do here, China's doing it a billion times worse, so it doesn't matter.
And India.
Oh yeah. Moving on up to 2018, a bus caught fire on the Samara Sky Market Road in Urgis District, Aktobi, Kazakhstan. The fire killed 52 passengers, seeing only 3 passengers and 2 drivers escape. Why were there 2 drivers? Was it like an overnight thing? Like when they have drivers switch off at the stop, so I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird.
You want to take the next 2018?
Yeah, also in 2018, the first drone rescue of swimmers by lifeguards in New South Wales, Australia.
Well, that's cool. Being rescued by robots, yeah.
Man, today's technology, you won't believe what they can do.
Yeah. I believe I accidentally, I did take 2, so you take this next one here.
Okay. Also in 2018, Brazilian surfer Maya Gabriela rise to the largest ever wave by a female surfer, at least 20.72 meters, aka 68 feet, at Paula do Norte in Nasserim, Portugal.
Nice.
Wow. That is some death-defying shit.
Now, you see the tallest wave ever written was 78 feet, 23.8 meters. So only 10 feet taller. So that's...
Yeah.
I mean, that might not seem like a lot, but, go out in the... okay, you hear of, 2 to 3 foot high waves. Go out in the water with 2 to 3 high foot waves. They're going to be above you, because that 2 to 3 feet is from ocean level. So you're already waist deep, and you're looking up. 2-3 feet, you're looking up, So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. So yeah.
It is a lot. It's a lot. It's like a huge wall of water coming your way.
Yeah. Moving on up to 2020, just 2 years ago, Premiership Rugby announced reigning European and English champions Saracens to be relegated for exceeding salary cap the previous 3 seasons. The club fined them £5.3 million and docked 35 Premiership points. Well, dang. I didn't realize you could be penalized for overpaying your um, uh, athletes. It's weird.
Yes, you can. So today, the 2020, they did dumb shit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dumb shit, what happened in 2021?
Oh fuck, Lord have mercy. In 2021, Brazil begins vaccinations for COVID-19 with the second highest death toll at 200,000 or 209,000.
209,000. Second world's the world's second largest death toll. Dang.
Now,
We went on up to 2022 today. This happened today. Like, not last year. This happened today. Indonesia's parliament approved bill to relocate its capital to Borneo and announced new city's name will be Nusantara, meaning archipelago. That's interesting.
wow.
But wow, cool. Indonesia changing their capital. That's a big move.
Yep.
That's a big move.
Yeah.
Oh, we have two more things. I'm gonna take this one, and you take the last one, okay?
Yeah.
Because LAFD, that's me. Christine Crowley became the first female fire chief for the Los Angeles Fire Department.
Um,
Took long enough for that to happen, but hey, better late than never, right?
yeah.
And then,
Also,
yep. What happened?
also in 2020,
Two.
Ukraine army launched a motor attack on the town of Starak, Ukraine.
Yeah, that happened today. Just earlier today, Ukraine opened fire with mortars. One of their own towns, for whatever reason, but we now have munitions, discharged, between Ukraine and Russia. So this is not good.
Hell no.
I'm going to take burst and you'll take desk. Cool?
Cool.
Okay, burst. Francois Michel Letellier Marquis de Louchois, 1641, French politician, Secretary of State for War. Lionel Sackville, the first Duke of Dorset, 1688, English politician, Lord Lieutenant of Ireland. Montesquieu, 1689, French lawyer and philosopher. Samuel Whitbread, 1764, English politician. Konstantin von Tischendorf, 1815, German theologian and scholar. Edmund Barton, 1849, Australian judge and politician, first Prime Minister of Australia. Thomas A. Watson, 1854, the U.S. assistant to Alexander Graham Bell. Sam Zemere, 1877, a Russian-U.S. businessman, founded the Caramel Fruit Company. Gaston Gallimard, 1881, French publisher, founded Editons Gallimard. Oliver Hardy, 1892, U.S. actor and comedian, Laurel and Hardy. Joseph Bonanno, 1905, Italian-U.S. mob boss. Giannis Papaiano, 1913, Greek composer. Alexander Gomelsky, 1928, Soviet and Russian professional basketball coach. So he worked under two government jurisdictions. Like how, like what an amazing career, dude. Like working for one, then your government falls and you work for the next one. As a basketball coach.
Yeah.
Robert Anton Wilson, 1932, U.S. psychologist, author, poet, and playwright. Ray Dolby, U.S. engineer and businessman, founded Dolby Laboratories. I don't know what happened to the year, but between 1932 and 1950, you know what? I can look. Ray Dolby.
We have technology.
Yes, 1933. Okay, so just 1 year after this Wilson guy. We have Kevin Costner, 1955, U.S. actor, director, and producer. Marc Messier, 1961, Canadian ice hockey player and coach and sportscaster. Dave Bautista, 1969, U.S. wrestler, Batista. Mixed martial artist, and actor. Yeah, Batista. Even I know that name. We have Binyavanga Wainaina, 1971, a Kenyan writer. Bernie Burns, 1973, a U.S. actor and producer, co-founded Rooster Teeth Productions. So if you've ever seen Red vs. Blue, yeah.
Death Death Battle.
Yeah, Death Battle. Yeah. We have Benjamin Jealous, 1973. I don't know why he's so jelly. U.S. civic leader and activist. Pardon me. And
And
then, last but not least, well, last and least, because
we
of
have the
Sen
we
Hui
have the
Cho, 1984, the South Korean student who
Ojito.
perpetuated the 2007 mass shooting at Virginia Tech.
He's the Virginia Tech shooter.
Yeah, definitely
I
least.
think he, I think he took his videos down eventually.
Huh. Like, what do you mean? Like the videos of
He
him
used to have
shooting?
videos all he used to have videos all over YouTube before the shooting.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, showing his mental state deteriorate. Or he's him going crazy.
That's wild, because YouTube was, like, made in 2005, so it wasn't even 2 years old and already was being, like, caught up in
Yeah.
crazy shit like that. Jeez. Anyway, you want to take the deaths?
God, yes. In 474, we have Leo the First. Remember, that's the one we talked about, the maternal grandfather.
Ah,
He died today.
okay.
So the grandson was okay. That's
Well,
good.
he died 10 months later, remember?
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Yeah, they both
Damn, oh, yeah,
died.
so we should have Leo the Second also.
Well, no, 10 months later. Like, that's not today.
Oh, never mind him.
Who else?
Also,
Yeah.
Kumara bin Ahmad. Ahmad bin Tulum. 896. Ruler of the Tulum murdered. Wow. Tulum murdered. Ooh. Also in 1326 we have Robert Fitzwalter, first Baron Fitzwalter, English Baron. Oh. Also in 1677 we have Jan van Riebeck, Dutch politician, founded Cape Town.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is the person who founded Cape Town in South Africa. That's pretty nice.
Hmm.
Also in 1756 we have Francis George Schomborn, Bochheim, yeah. Archbishop Elector of Trier. Okay. Also, we have in 1862, we have John Tyler, U.S. social lawyer and politician, fifth president of the United States. In 1873, we have Edward Bolar Lytton, English author, poet, playwright, and politician, Secretary of State for the Colonies.
Nice.
Oh, nice. And in 1956, we have Konstantin Pats, Estonian journalist, lawyer, and politician, the first president of Estonia. Ooh. And in 1990, we have Rusty Hamer, U.S. actor.
What a name, Rusty Hammer.
Yeah.
Damn, why is your hammer so rusty, man? Gotta keep that shit
And
clean.
yeah, keep that shit clean. Polish that hammer.
Yeah. Oh, God.
No.
Polish your hammer, guys.
In 1993, we have Diosio Zagotinos, Greek historian, academic, and politician. Damn, this is a funny name, but he died, so it's not funny.
Yeah.
In 1996, we have A.T. Ramarao, English actor, Indian actor, director, producer, politician, fifth beer Ministry of Arab Pradesh. And in 2009, we have Dayal Sato Pologo, yeah. Greek singer, songwriter. In 2012, we have Yuri Osowski, U.S. playwright, producer, and founder of the National Radio Theater of Chicago. Ooh. And in 2015, we have Tony Pereira, U.S. director and producer, invented instant replay.
Yeah, like all you sports people out there and whatever else instant replay is used for, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
the
So,
potential
so
is
you can bet
limitless.
your so you raise the stakes on your friends to see who won the bet or not.
Hmm.
Like, see, look, I fucking you. Give me my fucking money.
And that concludes the show today. Once again, for your dose of daily information about history, check us out. We stream every day at 5 p.m. Pacific time. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
I am President Lunk.
And you are you. Till you see us tomorrow. Toodles.
Shotos. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.